Alien Homeworld Part 2. There's about 9,000 ways I can fuck this level up, and I'll probably do them all. So let's get headed into it. We're going to hop to the top here, and we're going to want to draw our gun just as soon as we hit the elevator going up, because not only are there going to be morphs up here, but there's going to be stupid walls in our way that make it really hard to kill them. Alright, 2 down. That's 1 shot apiece. Hey, they're both standing up. That's not bad. Okay, 1 standing up. Okay, did I get a clean shot? I'm not sure. You can... Okay, yeah, no, I wasn't actually, in fact, hitting them ever. Okay. See, that's the problem. You get too close to the wall, and then you can end up, like, if you get too close to it, he'll stand up and he'll be like, oh, sorry, wall, and he'll, like, kindly defer to it and basically just be a poon. How many times did I get hit just then? I got hit 3 times just then. That's pretty much a typical take for me on that. Sometimes I get lucky and don't get hit a lot. I'm picking up these exploding mice even though they're completely useless to our endeavors today. And if I really wanted to, I could go back and charge my shields, but there shouldn't be too much in our way up ahead, and I should be able to get to a shield generator before anything terrible can happen to me. Let's go ahead and I'm going to climb up here, and there are a couple ways you can distract these bombs and get them to drop off the ceiling, but the one that I find the most useful is to just take the teleceiver and just hurl it. And that, well, I guess that's not so bad then. I can just teleport across there. Normally both bombs drop, and of course the one time I show that off, 1 bomb doesn't drop, so let's just go ahead and I guess I can just get through there with this. Don't know what I'm really fretting about, but we're not going to pick up the teleceiver. Well, I'm going to pick it up, but I'm going to drop it almost immediately, but I want to drop it in a little bit better place. I want to drop it roughly right here. No, not my telecontrol. That would be really bad. I want to drop my teleceiver. There we go, right there. I'm going to leave that there for reasons that will become apparent once we go up the elevator shaft here. We're going to go up and we're going to make our way to what I think is probably the hardest morph fight in the entire game. Your luck can get pretty stupid. Okay, yeah, we've already activated this thing, but we can deactivate the gun up there, the giant gun, by just pulling the switch. It makes the lift go down, but it also keeps the gun from shooting. And as you can see, there's no real angle. Whenever Conrad throws the teleceiver, he chunks it. So there's no way to like make him chunk it at a wall and go down the pin. That's why we had to leave it behind the first time, so that when we're done up here, when our business is finished up here, we can go back. This is the morph I'm talking about right here. He is really hard to deal with, but we can bypass him shortly because he's just going to go up and down in his little space there and stand up occasionally. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to recharge our shields. That's right, we only had to fight 2 morphs before we can go ahead and just recharge this thing. And this is the one from the first level. We can't get back up through the door to the left because we've finished our business in that part of the level. But let's just go ahead and charge our shields, and then we'll deal with this guy in short order because he can be tough. Alright, you dirty alien mother so-and-so. Drop in and let's do this. I usually get hit once. Sometimes he'll stand up and you can get 1 shot on him. But other times he'll just crawl right towards you and you'll get hit. Let's see how this pans out. Okay, yeah, he went for the hit. Here's how I normally escape this guy and get myself on a little more even ground with him. What I'll do is I'll hop up and I'll run, and then I'll run back the other way, and then hop across. And he juts me forward, but I have a big plateau to work with here now. Not a little bitty space. So we can shoot him a few times. He'll usually do the normal pattern that the aliens do. And he's shot dead, and I think, okay, we got hit twice. So, but the important thing is that we killed him, so we can now, I think I can take 1 more step forward, right? Yep. Let's go ahead and drop down here, and now let's pull this switch. That's going to, I think, free the aliens from earlier, who came just after the bombs. And we've done what we've got to do here. So now what we can do is we can jump up. Let's go back and let's recharge our shields real quick. Okay, yeah, let's jump up there and let's go recharge. And when you're ready to go, just find that telecontrol and teleport back. This is why you need to set the teleceiver down. Can't get back if you don't leave it there. And looks like the blue amorphous cat is out of the bag, so we're going to roll over and try not to get hit prematurely here. Yeah, that didn't really pan out. Thanks for standing up, doofus. Okay. Could you maybe... Was he even touching me there? That was kind of BS, I think. Could you maybe please not do so much with the blue skin and the hurting? Alright. I wish you could shoot him in, like, jelly form. That would really be a help to us. Alright, both are dead, and we only took 2 hits. That's not too bad, and I think there might even be a shield generator up ahead, because we are about to go to the auxiliary brain fight. The auxiliary brain's a little smaller than the master brain. Kind of makes logical sense. There we go. Alright, open up that key, climb up on top of the jump up on top of the giant purple tentacle eye, and then we take this lift up, and I think we're going to have an opportunity to save right about now. And alright, yeah, there we go. Why did it only go like halfway up? What's the point? I guess they just want to make you jump. And those morphs can get around pretty easily. I guess they only need elevators for the largest of gaps. But yes, this is definitely a good place to save, and I believe there might even be a shield generator here. However, if there's not, and we end up really screwing this up, then we might want to go out of our way to go all the way back to the charge station, that first one that we saw there, and then go back. But in any event, this is a good place to save, because I think we are approaching the first auxiliary brain fight. Oh yes, here we go. This is a pretty easy segment right here. You basically hold the A button and just jump through. When the mechanical mouse up there sets off the sensor, you jump through. Try to jump like right before you see him getting to us, so that you get that jump animation in, and then it's easy to make the leap, so you have lots of time. There we go. That was not too bad. That's not too bad an obstacle right there, actually, all things considered. Let's go ahead and get out our gun. Okay, we're not quite there yet. Really? A key? I need a key right here? Did I miss a key anywhere? I don't feel like I did, but you never know. Nope, I've got the key right there. And this guy is kind of tough. We don't really have a lot of space to get the drop on this guy. Okay, little bug tail thing man running around. I'm probably going to get hit by you at least once, and I'm not going to like it, so... Yeah, I probably should have regenerated my shields earlier. This is not going to end well. Oh, hey, wow. Wow, I fell right on top of him, and that set me up good. Alright, well, I'm going to go ahead and go up, get out your gun, shoot him, and then good. Alright, there we go. Everything goes off now. Now we have to throw our teleceiver down the hole here. Go ahead and toss that into the pit. And once we teleport down, I think then that's going to be when we're in the auxiliary fight. So let's go ahead and let's teleport. And you want to duck as soon as you teleport down, so as not to get shot, because there is a morph here. And we're just going to roll around and fight him in the normal, usual way, hopefully not get caught up too much. And we do have to pay careful attention, because there is a thing dropping bombs on us from overhead. You don't want to... Okay, good. The morph thing is dead. So you don't want to get bombs dropped on you. What we're going to do here is we're going to pop up and try to duck down. We're going to shoot the brain. There's a little shield moving around it, as you can see. And usually, yeah, see, there's a gun shooting at us, so we have to duck occasionally. And it looks like we've melted the brain, so yay. Okay, are we good to stand up? Can we still be seen and noticed? I think the gun is off now. So all we have to really avoid now is the bomb dropper. Let's go ahead and we're going to go all the way to the left. The auxiliary brain, not the hardest thing in the world to destroy. Oh, hey, how about that? I am totally forgetting my receiver over there. Gonna need to pick that up, obviously. Okay, so that is picked up. So now let's jump back across. Wow, swing and a miss, bomb dropper. So let's go back across. And now we're going to stand so that we're invisible inside the wall, and we're going to hurl it down. Okay, teleceiver, we are good to go. Wow, did I actually have my force field out too? Well, whatever. We can't drop down in that pit, but it is going to take us to a familiar place once we teleport down there. We are at the bottom of the pit, and we're near the end of the level, like the technical end of the level. We're going to pick this up, and now we're going to leave it in a very, particular place. We're going to leave it right over here by this door. This is like the end game spot right here. But it would behoove you, it makes things a lot easier to leave your teleceiver right here for reasons that will become apparent during the climax. But we're going to go charge our shields and then move on to the end game. Running across, and pretty soon we're going to hit some familiar territory. Just as soon as we get up over this weird looking situation right here. Organic, biological, mechanical, all combined into this one weird backwards R-shaped ledge. But as soon as we get back here, we're going to be, ta-da, right back at the beginning of the level. And I probably should have saved there. In fact, yeah, I've killed the auxiliary brain, so that would probably be a fantastic idea to save right there, just in case anything horrific happens. And saving there ensures that at this point I've left the teleceiver over by the door. So if I die and I have to come back here for some reason, things are totally hunky-dory and everything is set up the way I already need it to be. So let's jump across here, and now we're going to be getting back into familiar territory. We're going to cross over through a part of... Where do you think you're going, Conrad? You have some secrets to save. Let's go ahead and jump across, and this should look familiar. Alright. And not only that, but this coming up. In fact, there are like two shield generators right next to each other. It's really strange. And there's no reason to take this lift up, so we're just going to hop it. And we're going to go down, and when we go down the lift, we're going to see a little bitty cinematic. And the music in it should be rather familiar, actually. So let's hit the elevator going down and check it out. Little bit of the title music pulse there, but we are at the bottom, and we get yet another opportunity to save right before the final boss, which is actually a pretty ridiculously easy boss, all things considered. We're going to have morphs in our way, and they're going to keep spawning. But they only take one hit to kill, which is really makes them more of an inconvenience than anything. And they spawn and pop up in pretty predictable patterns, so this is actually a pretty easy fight. Alright, that I think opens up the door below us, alerts everyone to our presence. So let's do it. Let's pull our gun and let's roll in. And there it is, the Master Brain. We've got morphs swooping down left and right, trying to surround us here. But we're going to start, and we're going to stand up, jump up, and we're going to get in as many shots as we can, starting from the right side here. I don't know why I put my gun away. That was probably a little bit stupid. Yep, resulted in me taking a hit, but hey, one guy killed the other. What we're going to do here is we're going to jump up, and the door is going to close now once we trip this little sensor here. But yeah, that's how you know, why am I putting my gun away? This is like the colossally most stupid thing ever. Only a stupid would do what I'm doing right now, which makes me a stupid. But yeah, you want to jump up, and you want to press the C button as you're climbing so that you draw your gun immediately. And I need to quit putting away my gun. What is this terrible habit I've gotten myself into? This is awful. Okay, now we want to go to the left, I believe. And you'll know you're doing damage to the brain because you'll see those little green specks. There we go. Finally, I do something right. And, okay, there we go. You want to go from one side to the other. Keep alternating. One side, so that you see that little green speck of damage popping up. Just barely got it in there. But hey, just barely counts. And so, yeah, this isn't too terrible a fight, actually. You just got to be on your guard and keep your gun out. There we go. Alright. So now, let's roll across, and I think this should only be a few more hits for the brain. You'll know when you've succeeded because things tend to get eerie quiet. Press the C button, get that gun out. Alright, you heard that little whoosh release of pressure sound. Oh yeah, get shot in the back. That's a great way to finish up here. What am I doing? Oh my god, I'm probably about to die if I don't get my act together here. Zero shield, but we did it. We destroyed the Master Brain. Hip hip hooray. But, you know, I compared this game to King's Quest in the first video because of the aesthetic and how atmospheric it makes everything look. But, say what you will about King's Quest, but when that game was over, it was over. When you beat the final boss, it was done. But here, there are yet more ways we can die, which is really awful. I don't know why the game would do that to us, but so we need to go back. We trip this sensor, and then that'll open up the door so that we can go backwards. There we go. We can just run straight back through here. And now, this is a really good time to save, because now if we die, having killed the Master Brain, now we don't have to kill the Master Brain all over again, because that would just be, it wouldn't be hard, but it would certainly be inconvenient. But we need to go charge our shield, because there are still morphs left trying to kill us, and like the ones at the beginning of the level, they do put us in quite a geographical and positional predicament, the way they move and decide to operate. So let's go back up, charge at the shield generator that was at the top of the lift here, and then we will we'll come back and we'll finish things up proper. Alright, just a few more things to do, but they are not by any means easy. We're going to pull the switch here and we're going to go up. And now we're going to have to get a key from, well, first of all, you got to deal with Mr. Bomb Dropping Machine here. And we've got another little exploding mouse here for whatever reason. But you see there's a key lock there. Where is the key? Well, it's coming from the morph that's going to pop up when we hit this sensor. Yeah, you saw him shooting. He's coming for us. So let's try not to make this the worst thing ever. But it could very well end up that way. Oh, hey, don't go away. Oh, hey, cool. Got in the first shot there. Now he's gonna roll. He's gonna roll around a lot, and he's probably gonna beat us at some point. Yeah, especially if we stand up at the wall like that. How am? Well, yeah, I was gonna say. Just as soon as I think about hearing the words, think about saying the words, how perfectly can I do this? How am I doing this perfectly? Then yeah, of course I go down for the count. But there's the key. And there are two more really difficult morphs coming up. So once again, I'm going to be kind of a baby. And I'm going to go charge my shields. I just want to make sure I do this right, because this can be very frustrating. But I've got my key. I've got my key lock to open up here. And, oh, I guess I have to stand under the doorway. I guess nothing is good enough for you, game. But let's go back and let's charge up. And, okay, yeah, that was almost very definitely quite a disaster. Hey, but it doesn't hover above me, so that's great. Let's go back and recharge, and I know I'm being a baby about this, but we'll finish up soon enough. Alright, headed down the shaft this time. Here we go. We're going to get out our gun one last time for one last battle that takes place in the upper half of the screen for whatever weird reason. This is not a good place to be right here. I'm going to take a few steps back and then roll forward. Yeah, he fires pretty much immediately. Oh, man, he knocked me over. I didn't have time to turn around. But yeah, you'll see why this gets to be a somewhat difficult fight. Yeah, I'm getting all kinds of knocked over here. Yeah, you see why I went back and recharged my shield. This is still, despite the fact that we're pretty much toward the end of the game here, this is still a somewhat difficult fight. We want to... Okay. I've got my roll on. I'm doing pretty good here, actually. I don't want to jinx it or tempt fate. And yeah, I was rolling forward and got knocked over. Of course that's the way it would happen. Any chance of you guys disintegrating soon? Why aren't you dead yet? I hate you so much. There we go. Yeah, one hit on my shield. See, if I hadn't gone back and recharged, I would have died. That's how pretty much horrible I am at this game usually. And so, we walk forward, and there is yet one more obstacle awaiting us. Two particularly badly placed green plasma smoke energy death things. And ideally what you want to do is you want to run and jump over these. You want to run and you want to jump about the time you hit the first one, and you should jump all the way over to the ledge and hear an inner monologue. And if you do that, you'll probably survive. But if you don't make it all the way over to the ledge, then you're going to bite the dust. So let's see if I can do this. I sure hope I can do this, because about 50-50 chance I'm not going to hit this. Yeah, see, you don't quite make it all the way over there, you end up dying. Alright, let's try that again, why don't we? There we go. This is what you want to see when you jump over those things. An inner voice interrupts your thoughts. Trust me, son. Put the atomic charge here and flee as soon as it reaches the planet's core. Well, who am I not to trust some wacky green stranger's voice? So that bomb we got from that dying guy in the first part of the final level, this is where we're finally going to use it. We're going to set it right here, and then we're going to pull this switch, and it's going to drop the floor out. And from here we have 90 seconds to get back to, okay, we have 80 seconds, rather, to get to a ship that's going to get us out of here. It's kind of like the maintenance level, except even worse. Luckily, this is why we left the telereceiver where we did, because we can just teleport back. And I guess we could pick it up for shits and giggles, but let's just go ahead and, there's a hidden lift here. You can barely see it. It's this light purple against the dark purple here. You take it up, and that starts the end game. And from here on, we're going to see a run of all the cinematic sequences we saw throughout the game, major and minor. Even goofy little things like restoring the shield's energy we're going to see all lined up in a row here. But first, the epilogue. That's my story, just the way I lived it. Now, that's the thing about the rotoscoping cinematics. Conrad looks different in basically every scene he's in. That's one unfortunate consequence. The graphics were kind of wonky and goofy that way, but I can't really complain about it because it was so well done otherwise, just like inside the levels and stuff. Oh, he's lost in space. It's impossible to calculate his return trajectory because this galaxy's not on the star maps. So, not much to do in space by yourself in a spaceship except whack, 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 if you get my drift. And I think you do. So he puts himself to hypersleep and just drifts throughout the galaxy. And that's where we leave Conrad Hart at the end of Flashback. I hope y'all have enjoyed this game. It's been a really fun one. We're going to sit through the credits here now. And I'm going to talk a little bit about the, well, not so much the history of Flashback. I mean, it was sort of a series. It had its moments. The first Flashback game is definitely the best remembered and the most successful one. There was a sequel for the PlayStation in 1996. That should tell you everything you need to know right there. But it was called Fade to Black, and it took the series into 3D. There wasn't as much action and running around. It had a third-person over-the-shoulder view of Conrad. Basically, it looks like somebody tried to design a video game in AutoCAD. And I don't remember it being as well received as Flashback. There's not really anything I remember about it at all, in fact. I never played it, so I wouldn't know anything. The thing I know a little more about is Flashback Legends. I was going to mention it here from the beginning, but somebody beat me to it in the first video's comments. Flashback Legends was being developed for the Game Boy Advance. Somewhere between 2002 and 2004. I can never quite remember the date. But they were developing a Game Boy Advance game. Once again, Conrad was the star. And there were 16 levels in that game. Can you imagine Flashback being 16 levels long? Good lord. They'd have to have a between levels save feature at that point. Enough of passwords, but Flashback Legends was really close to being finished, and it was developed by Delphine's subsidiary company, Adeline, but Delphine went under in 2002, and it took the development of Flashback Legends with it. However, Flashback Legends survives in ROM form. There's a nearly complete beta floating around, and the only things wrong with it are that it only has one music track, and I think there are a few minor glitches. This is all according to Wikipedia. I haven't actually found the beta or played it or anything. I've just heard word about it, that it survives on the internet, you know. There's Conrad getting his memories back, and I think we're just about done here. That is going to wrap it up, and that's all for Flashback, and that's all my knowledge of the series. This is a really different game that I had the fortune to witness when I was much younger at a friend's house. And he didn't get very far into it. I mean, we were only, I think, maybe 11 or 12 years old at the time that we played it, so it'd been around for a few years at that point. But yeah, he didn't get very far into the game at all, and so he just kind of dismissed it. But it definitely left an impression on me. Later on, I went on and played it and tried to master it myself, and I ended up having a lot of fun making my way through it, despite the frustrating parts that pop up every now and then. Yeah, I just had a blast with this game, and I hope y'all did too. We'll be moving on to more familiar territory soon, I rest assured. But it's always nice to visit games like this that you might not necessarily have heard of, or that are kind of lost to the annals of gaming history. I mean, if we played games we knew all the time, we wouldn't learn anything new. Is he going to turn around? Oh, no, that's the part where he gets socked in the back with a rubber bullet laser. Wow, they kind of went backwards, didn't they, through all the scenery and stuff. Through all the cinematic sequences, didn't they? I guess we're watching the game in reverse now. See, if you watch the game backwards, a whole planet comes together, and then a man gets himself put in alien abduction. It's really about a man getting abducted by aliens. That's what this game is really about. You gotta play it backwards, you know? And he makes a little money, I guess. Or he puts the money back on the ground if it's going backwards. You gotta suss out all those satanic messages. I don't know, it just looks like they're playing them in any dang old order they want. That's a pretty nasty looking alien right there. Yeah, see, he looks totally different there than he did when he was looking at the computer, ship computer, and when he woke up in the jungle. Conrad has like 5 different faces. Maybe he's a morph himself, huh? Huh? No, I probably think that's probably not right. I love that blue hand on that gun, though. That's a nice little detail, actually. For the Snasm development team. Snasm provided us with sausages. Rah, rah, rah. So yeah, not much left to say about Flashback at this point. There's our working license. We're going to take that again. Oh yeah, this scene is a lot cooler when you don't have to listen to all the... Produced by Delphine Soccer in US Gold, 1993. What a golden year for gaming. That's probably my favorite gaming year overall. Oh, and actually, you can watch this video. You can actually skip straight to this epilogue video. The password is Cygnus, CYGNUS. Just a little bit of an Easter egg there for you. Bye-bye, Conrad. We're going to leave you in space now. That's enough adventures with Flashback, I do believe. We're going to move on back to our, I don't know if to do this on camera, but why not give another hint? Why not give a hint as to the next LP? The next game is also going to be in space. I leave you with that. Oh, hey, they gave you the code right there. That's cool. But that's it for Flashback. We scored 206,144 points, whatever that's worth. Hint, 0. And, yeah, I don't even know why they bothered with the score. This isn't an Atari arcade game. We're not here trying to impress anybody. That's it for us, though. No more Flashback. We are totally done like fun. So, you got your hint. The next game is also a space game. That's the only hint I'm going to give. And we're going to move on, and we're going to keep on trudging through the classics like we always do. That's all we ever do around here. Classics, 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 classics. See you guys.